Why the Democrats lost in a nutshell. All right, I'm going to share with you this fun advertisement from this lady here in Georgia, who's one of our state legislators, and I'm just going to share this. So check this out. You ready? Watch this. If I can play it.
I'm Rua Roman. I believe we can build a better future. Government can be a place where we come together and listen. That's what I've done as your state representative. We've delivered on our promises, money for families, long-delayed raises for teachers, and we got big wins for our first responders. We fought the fights worth fighting, for our democracy, for our rights. I'm Representative Rua Roman, and I'm asking for your vote, because together, big things are still possible.
Oh, Roa, whatever the hell her name is, you're so cute. She's 31 years old. Did you notice in that video, not one man was shown? Not one man. Not one guy. How the Democrats did not see their anti-masculinity was going to bite them in the butt, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking, do you guys not see? Even your stupid, what's that? Kamala had some ad for these gay guys saying we vote for Kamala because we're okay with having a woman lead us or something like that. It was it was so stupid. I was like, this has got to be a Saturday Night Live skit, right? And then Tim Walz was supposed to be their guy. It's just like the guy was as fruity as they come. You're like, dude. Oh, and then his wife. I was stunned. The ineptitude about appealing to a wide swath of the population. Look, for years, us, the Republican Party, have been saying, expand the base, expand the base, expand the base. You don't do it Jack Kemp style. A lot of you guys are probably too young to remember this, but Jack Kemp used to be a quarterback for the Bills, and if memory serves, he was a quarterback when O.J. Simpson was his running back. Don't quote me on that, but he was the Bills around the same time, and so he had a lot of what street cred with the blacks. We thought, you know what I'm saying? Not me, I didn't think so, but a lot of Republicans said, "Oh, Jack Kemp will appeal to the blacks," and so they made him a secretary of HUD or something like that, and he had these enterprise zones and opportunity zones. All are fine, in terms of K Street politics. K Street is where all the lobbyists live and stuff. It makes sense. You're like, yeah, okay. The elections are based on kitchen table issues, though. All your opportunity zones and enterprise zones and freaking midnight basketball and school choice. Look, I've fallen for the school choice stuff too. I'm glad there's school choice, but that is not a campaign you're going to win votes on. It's not. You have to appeal to a wide swath of people, and their most pressing things are their kitchen table issues. Are they able to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, pay the gas, put their kid through school, put food on the table, clothe their kid, get braces? How much does healthcare cost? These are the bread and butter issues that win elections. When you're never going to take out an incumbent when people aren't worried about that stuff. You're always going to take out an incumbent when people are worried about that stuff. It's just that simple. And so Trump finally, look, don't forget, a lot of people say, oh, we just nominate, I've had this on my own YouTube channel. We'll just nominate a black guy, essentially. We'll appeal to blacks. Who ran for governor of Kentucky? He lost. Cameron was his last name. He's a great guy. Who ran for governor of Pennsylvania a few years back? Oh, Lynn Swann. Great guy. Legend. Great guy. He lost. Wasn't close. Just having a black guy at the top of your ticket doesn't make your base wider, my friends. In the Republican Party, you have to talk the talk. You can't just say, we're going to talk enterprise zones and have Jack Kemp, Lynn Swann, or whatever his name is, Daniel Cameron. I don't know his name. Can't remember his first name. He was a great guy. That's not how you do it. You talk the talk. What are people worried about? Women are also worried about how to get their kids through school. It's crazy, I know. How to get their kids braces. How to put food on the table. So crazy. Crazy, I know, Republicans. The issue is that Democrats read their own headlines. Toxic masculinity. We had a friend, Cheryl had a friend here in North Georgia where we live. Oh, and she had two boys, and she was like, I just worried that they're going to fall for toxic masculinity. This is like 6 years ago. We don't talk to them anymore. I was like, and then she wore black when what was it when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? But then she called herself it's just a liar, man. I was just like, you're just a liar. She called herself a Republican when she thought she was around Republicans. Then she wore black and posted stupid stuff. You're like, you're just a liar. Just admit who you are. But this idea that your boys are going to be subject to toxic, and I said, well, and I told her, describe toxic masculinity. She goes, well, I don't want to get in an argument about it. I said, no, just tell me what it is, because I want to know too. I might be toxic masculinity. It's just so stupid. The Democrats just fell for that. Appeal to the women, appeal to the women, appeal to the women. And it worked in 2022, by the way, with the abortion stuff. Remember, though, Republicans still took back the House. A lot of people overlooked that. But we lost not a lot. We lost some races we probably should have won in an off-year election. But, the abortion thing worked. It's not working now because it's basically, been solidified. And again, kitchen table issues work. They do. On occasion, you'll find they don't. In terms of there'll be like an abortion thing on a swing district that might go against you. But not generally speaking, the vast majority of times, kitchen table issues. And so for Democrats not knowing this and just riding the women are the future stuff, people are sick of that crap, dude. It's just the women are the future. It's as a guy who's got 2 daughters and 2 sons, all my kids are the future. Not just women, as young men too. I'm stunned that the Democrats didn't recognize this. You're going to have an ad with and this chick won because she's in Gwinnett County is where she's at, one county over, and it's far left. Here in Fulton, we're left, but not far, far left like these people. Gwinnett County got a lot of woke white people in there, and that's worse. I live in Fulton County, which is like 85% black. And so the blacks in South Fulton County, definitely not Republicans, but they're not nearly as woke as the whites in Gwinnett County. Oh, horrible, horrible, man. Ugh, don't move to Gwinnett County, I'm just telling you right now. Horrible. I'd say don't move to Fulton County either, but certainly don't move to Gwinnett County. Anyway, that's why the Democrats lost. You got to appeal to a wider base. It was actually a meme I thought it was pretty fun. I can't find it, but I'll butcher it. But anyway, you got a guy on the right, a guy on the left, and you got a guy in the center. All right. So what happened was the guy on the right is just sitting there, and the guy on the left, though, the guy in the center was just sitting there, and the guy on the left, what he was doing, he's going further and further and further to the left. So the guy in the center, because the guy on the left was going further and further and further to the left, the guy in the center inherently was becoming closer to the guy on the right because the left wing went so far left that inherently the center and the right wing guy were getting closer. Anyway, and then when the guy on the left was so far left, and that the fact the guy in the center was now closer to the right, the guy on the left says, "You're a bigot." And the guy in the center was, dude, you changed, not me. It's funny. And then they say, you're a bigot. Oh, it's so funny. Because those of us on the right were like, dude, you guys are, I've gotten, I'd probably got more. In some areas I've gotten more on the left myself. In other areas I've gotten far more on the right. But, socially I'm far more on the right. Economically, I'm definitely lefter than I used to be, for sure. Because I recognize with education, learning, experience, not education from stupid schools, but education through knowledge, reading books, observing, learning, being a student of what's going on, I recognize that I've been sold a bill of goods from many right-wing economists. They don't know any more than the left-wing economists do. But I do know I need to put food on the table, 100%. So we can have all the platitudes we want about enterprise zones and all that stuff, freaking school choice, all that stuff, how great our foreign policy is with Israel and Ukraine. If I can't afford food, guess what? All that stuff goes out the window. And now that we know who the Republican base is, unequivocally, it's the middle and lower middle class, we better appeal to those people. Healthcare is a big one. Just bread and butter issues, man. I'm just telling you right now. All right, that's what I figured I'd share with you. Love to hear your thoughts. God bless.